Ray Beadle. Tom made the trip his first time to the UK. This time round with the stake. Don Prudhomme. Don Prudhomme, American Army. It would appear that Don's got a couple of problems here, actually. Got the body up again. The same could be said for both guys. He's coming out of the car. Got a problem. He's checked it himself. He's not happy. He's not happy about this at all. He's walking away from the car. He's pulled his gloves off. It looks like there's a certain amount of disgust in the air. The goggles are off. He's asking for the car to be returned to the top of the fire-up road. This looks like Don Prudhomme, the snake, the man who yesterday came second highest in the qualifiers with a 6.22, is not going to make it today. Starting very strongly. The competition at the next lane from Tom Hoover in the Blue Max funny car coming up into stage. Just a couple more inches and he's there. He's staged. He's gone. Tom Hoover at the near lane of the United States of America. Dumped the laundry in a very easy by run. In Superbike, possibly the nearest thing to gladiatorial dueling that we're ever going to get to in the 20th century. Ton Pels from Holland. Ton Pels, who yesterday ran an 8.98. This time round against Mick Butler from Great Britain, whose qualifying time yesterday was 8.64. 8.64, so as you can see, he has a slight edge. With those visors lowered, it's almost a reminder of days of yesteryear with the guys rushing against each other with lances. Fortunately, this time round, they're both going the same way, so there's less chance of anything going wrong. Enough to put anybody's heart in their mouth. He's taken it. Just goes to show you can't believe form here today. Tom Pels yesterday at 8.9 out. I think he must have gone beyond that time today. I'll have that for you in just a moment.
And there's confirmation in the Superbike quarterfinal. Mike Butler for Great Britain takes it at 8.61 seconds at 152.6 miles an hour. And Ton Pels from Holland was looking at the back tyre for most of that race. You can see Mick Butler there radically out of shape, wobbling around like a jelly on a plate, but he's keeping it there. He's piling on the power, and he's the man that takes away the glory on that race. Ton Pels, obviously very sad, but he realizes that Mick Butler had the power and the technology. He won.
Bob Webster in Superbike, having completed his burnout. On the near lane, the trolley under the axle, just keeping that slick very free, and obviously a lot more lethal if it hasn't got dust on it, so it's going to work a little bit stronger for him. This time round, Bob Webster with Jeff Bine. Jeff Bine for Great Britain with an 8.41 to his credit yesterday. The guys have finished their initial burnout. And if you could just imagine the sensation of sitting on that machine with that much engine right underneath you. Because they're all in very fine stuff. I'm not watching anybody else here. Involved in what they're doing. Oh. And it looks like they have a way with it. Jeff Bine takes it. There's going to be a lot of disappointed people for Bob Webster.
And Jeff Vine's got it. 8.46 seconds at 162.8 miles an hour. Jeff Vine versus Bob Webster from Great Britain. Jeff Vine. In the Procom quarterfinals, Steiner Stolen with California Charger built up a firm following at Santa Cruz this weekend. He put in a 6.80 second run, a very fine time in Procom. And as you can see, the preparation on this car leaves nothing to be desired. Dual chutes for safety purposes, of course, and the finish on the body adds a lot to the initial American inspiration. As you can see, California Charger, a car from Scandinavia, but the attention to detail is superb. And likewise, this is reflected under the body. The engine is running very strong at the moment, and Steiner's put in so many hours with his pit crew to make sure that this car puts in a very strong performance. Steiner Stolen, the man who's got a tremendous following, matched by Christer Johansson, his competitor in this race. Christer Johansson, who's famous for his very powerful right foot. When he puts the power on, this guy doesn't mess around. Christer Johansson appearing in a dragster body Procom against this funny car body Procom. An interesting combination coming up into stage now. Christer Johansson from Sweden, Steiner Stolen from Norway. Coming up into the last seconds of stage, that line beckoning, saying, come to me, boys. And then battle will commence. Inching forward, semi-stage, and it's a go. Christer Johansson off that line. Was that a red light? He's down that strip so fast, it's hard to believe it couldn't be a red light. Steiner Stolen running a very strong race. Christer Johansson dumped the laundry. He must be wondering himself. He came off that line so fast. Steiner Stolen, only he knows whether he's pulled a red light or not. Is it Steiner's race?
And there it is, Steiner Stolen. Apparently, Christer just a little bit too happy on the throttle pedal. He red-lighted, so it's down to Steiner Stolen. And a lapse time of 8.12 seconds and a top speed of 166.1 miles an hour. He's still got the smile back on his face. The pit crew must have told him he's got to be smiling a little happier now. Tony Donges rolling back on that hot rubber. The pit crew, as you can appreciate, are virtually personal assistants at a time like this. There is eyes. He doesn't have rear view mirrors. Every little bit of weight helps. So they're just putting him back on that hot rubber. It is necessary for him to have a reverse gear situation on this racing. So they're taking the advantage, pushing him back on that rubber. I'm sure he's going to take this opportunity to lay down another burnout. Seems to be a little bit of fuel dumping out on that left-hand side. I'm sure that's not going to affect his performance because he would have made a tremendous amount of attention laid on the lad. But you've got to face the fact he's up against Martin Hopp, that muscly Swede who just will not take no for an answer. They're coming up towards stage now. Martin Hopp is just about 3 feet short. Now, does this mean that Tony Donges is going to play a weighted game? If he is, does Martin Hopp know that he's going to cook his engine because he's going to be waiting too long? Or is it just a little bit of, I'll psych you out if you don't psych me? They're just coming up on that line now. The lights are registering just a couple of inches, fellas. Just come forward gently. Yes, Martin Hopp is just there. Just there. Tony Donges has matched him. They're ready, they're holding on. You can hear the engine revs building. The tension must be mounting down there on that start line. The fire crew are standing by. And it's semi-stage. Oh, and it's a go! Oh, lots of traction there. Lots of traction. But Tony Donges must have lost in that race. You've just got to see the power going on when you get that line. And it did not. He just pulled a superb line. As you can see, Martin Hopp up in the air, a superb wheelie. The pressure was coming on like nobody's business, but it cost him the race. He red-lighted the winner, Tony Donges from Sweden, 7.17, a top speed of 195.3 miles an hour.
Well, they're not headphones, they're indefenders, and he's struggling to have a look at the Superbike semi-finals. Keep on looking, Sunshine. There they are, Dad, look.
Just look at the size of that engine. So those pipes coming down there, just inches away from his legs. They're just coming up now into stage. There we are, gentlemen. Hold very tightly, please. Deep breath time. They're just holding up, and it's a go. The car's being slammed on here. No mercy being shown. Oh, yes, a very strong and positive pass.
And Van Dongen takes it. 8.77 seconds at 152.2 miles an hour.
Harlan Thompson, a very lucky man so far this weekend. He's been surrounded with by runs. So he's just putting down some traction fluid for the second burnout. Possibly one of the most beautifully turned out cars on the strip at the moment. Just as he goes into the burnout, just watch the air intake at the top of the car as it opens up and starts to whirl. That's the bug catcher. As he starts to rev, it'll open up. Just watch it spin. Those butterflies just spinning round, thrusting air into that huge engine, 2,000 horsepower, nitrous burning. You can smell the fumes up here, actually. It's making your eyes water. They're coming towards stage now. Flames flickering from those headers. An awesome sight. They're just shuddering with power. John Anderson on the near side lane and Harlan Thompson, also from Sweden, on the far lane. The tension inside those cars is unbelievable. It's a go. Anderson high up in the air. Whoa! Thompson wasn't too far behind him. Anderson looks like he's got him wrapped. He's done the shoot. And it's a win for Harlan Thompson. John Anderson, it looks like he was dumping fuel very heavily there. But just look at that in replay. Anderson high up in the air there. Sunshine through the wheels, and right next to him, Harlan Thompson, just piling on the power, taking advantage of the situation. And he's just putting it down so hard on the right foot. 6.35 seconds at 223.7 miles an hour. A very strong run. Well done, Harlan. He must be feeling very proud, and rightly so. This is going to be a very fine race. Van Dongen on the far lane from Holland, and on the near side, John Munn from Great Britain. Superbike final. Van Dongen up to the line. John Munn is just creeping up into stage. Creeping up into stage. The lights say yes, we're ready. John Munn is ready to go. Van Dongen is going to slip forward just a touch. He's done it. Yeah. Hey, John Munn looks like he's staged. This could be a go. It's going to be a joint go, and it's a go. John Munn is piling on the power. A tremendous performance. A tremendous performance. Holland is looking at his back wheel, and it's Great Britain all the way to the finish line. A tremendous race for John Munn. He must be feeling very proud indeed. John Munn, the man who taken the flag to England, he must be highly delighted. John Munn returning to the pits to a hero's welcome. One thing's for sure, there's a good chance of champagne in the John Munn household tonight. Well done, John. A tremendous performance, winning Superbike today at Santa Pod. And this is heavy, heavy business. Traction fluid for the second burnout. Snow's crew all fired up and ready to go because they know that the snowman does not want to come second. The sound from these engines is phenomenal. It's shaking the ground. Gene Snow is early to stage. Snowman could be in trouble. The pit crew are down there. If he's lost fire, the truck could pick him up. In the meanwhile, Harlan Thompson's got just a few moments to retain fire before he has to make a decision. Snowman is off the strip. Snowman is off the strip. His pit crew are taking him off the strip. It's going to be a bye run for Harlan Thompson for Sweden. He's in stage and it's go. It's a bye run for Harlan Thompson of Sweden. Jumping the laundry early. And the Snowman returns to the United States of America. A very sad man indeed. Harlan Thompson takes it away on the funny car finals at Santa Pod Raceway, and Gene Snow from the United States of America has to go back and say, I'm sorry. And the winner of the funny car championship here at Santa Pod Raceway, Harlan Thompson, with a 6.32 second run and a top speed of 196.4 miles an hour.
And in the Pro-Con finals, it's been a very hard-fought race to get here. Coming into stage, Tony Donkus on the near side lane from Sweden, and Steiner Enger from Norway. Up onto that line, they've been fighting all the way to get here. A very powerful race indeed. The potential is great, and it's off the line, and they're firing on the power. across the line. Steineregger didn't know what had hit him. Tony Donges walks away with a 6.92 ET at 199.2 miles an hour. Not only the winner in the Pro Comp today, but also the overall winner of the Sesson Tour Line Pro Comp Championship.